So yo, what's up, fam? So in all reality, there's a war going on, and Cardi B and Nicki Minaj should not be warring, okay? Say this is a tether war, but they should not be warring because in all actuality, Cardi B being from the Dominican Republic, and you know, Nicki being from the islands, the Indigenous from the Dominican Republic are the same family of people from the islands, okay? Caribbean islands, Jamaica, all that, okay? The Indigenous are the same people. The Indigenous of the Dominican Republic are the same Indigenous of North America. We're saying the so-called Black Americans, okay? The Indigenous of North America, saying the Indigenous Black Indians, are the same family of people that's in the Indigenous, that's of the Indigenous of Central America and South America, which includes Mexico, okay, even Puerto Rico, okay, Haiti, all these different places, Guatemala, Peru, okay, all that's part of our indigenous history. So I know it's a lot of division and delineation taking place, which has to happen so that we can sort out what's going on. But one thing we have in common is we were all colonized by the so-called whites as well as so-called Africans, okay? And you know, it's like a spiritual thing because you can't tell who's who because so much integration have taken place. However, you know, nobody wants to respect the fact that so-called Black Americans did not come from Africa. The general population as a whole, okay, originated here in the Americas. But that's what's up. So don't get caught up in that distraction of picking sides, because both of them are playing tethers because of the fact they came and they join in with their brothers and sisters here in America, because we are family. I'm sorry, okay? But they turn and disrespected the house of their brothers and sisters by talking, you know, reckless and disrespectful and all the, you know, negative things, you know, they've been getting caught saying. Hey, you know, just got to deal with that. But that's the reality, and I will give them this, you know, some people say Cardi can't rap and all that, and she don't write her raps, you know, she's holding it down, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know, I'm not agreeing with the energy she projects, which is somebody says she's a Spanish sex worker, you know, because that is a lot of negative energy that's being projected to the, you know, young girls. But craft wise, okay, our brothers and sisters, you know, from the different tribes, if you will, from the different areas, Jamaica and Dominican Republic and Haiti and so forth, did add that flavor, you know what I'm saying, to hip hop. That's reality. Can't say you started hip hop, and I can't even get into that right now, you know what I'm saying, because we know that rap existed before what they telling you 50 years. Rap, when you pull up old black and white videos, we in the 40s and so forth, they was rapping. It's always been here. That art has always been with us. It's nothing new. So they lying from that perspective, you know. And then I can't even go back and say which one of our brothers and sisters tribes, you know, was doing the most, but we know that there's some type of concentrated energy here in North America where the so-called Black Americans are, and everybody's being drawn to, okay, which is not being respected. Okay, so that's where a lot of this is, you know, coming from. So hey, yeah, don't get distracted with all of that. You know, they just being tethers in the sense where they eating and they done forgot, you know, where they come from. You know, they could be under mind control. For real, for real. Believe that. Clones, whole nine. So, love you, family. I see things.